Alright guys, let's talk about filtering and cleaning our water. There's a million videos out there that talk about boiling water, and it shows people taking them straight out of the creeks and things like that. The fast flowing, nice clear water. Well, let's say that that's not an option for us and we find a flood zone like this. And the only standing water that we can find is a nice sloppy mud hole where every living creature comes and drinks from it, pees in it, defecates in it, and let's say that that is our only source of water. Today I'm going to show you how to not only clean that water, I'm also going to talk about how to take the color out as well as take the nasty taste out. So let's get a bottle and let's get us some of this nice nasty water. This bottle, if you're not carrying it with you, unfortunately, you've heard it before, but I'll say it again, in this day and age you can find trash everywhere. Let me just... especially in flood zones, you can find bottles everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to take this bottle of water and I'm going to take another bottle and I'm going to reset the camera up and show you how we are going to make a filter. But first thing is what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little fire going, and I am actually going to make some char wood. And we're going to use that char wood to make this water taste a whole lot better than what it would taking it straight from that mud puddle. So I've got some pieces of wood broke up right here that I'm going to use. So I'm going to get a fire going right quick and I'll get right back with you guys and show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so we got our fire going. And it's going to take it a little bit. It's a little damp out here this morning, and it's very windy. For those of you that live in Kansas or have visited Kansas, you know that it is always windy and we are constantly battling the wind. Now, so what I've done is I've taken that wood that I broke up and I've put it right inside this tin here. Well, first off, let me get the bug out. There he is. I'll get him out in a minute. Anyway, all I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid on this and I'm going to put it straight in the fire just as if I was making charred wood or char cloth. And as soon as that's all done, I will pull it off the fire and get right back with you guys and show you the next steps. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that. You can see that thick smoke that's rolling out the top and around the sides of that can. That's that wood in there charring down. Now the fumes that are actually coming out at the top of that will catch on fire. They are flammable, no big deal. In fact, there's different ways you can set up a gaserator from doing something like that. But anyway, that's for another discussion. So I'm going to let this thing go until that smoke is no longer coming out of that tin, or there's a flame no longer at the top of that hole. Get back with you guys. Okay guys, I've pulled it off the fire now, my tin. You want to let this thing cool so that you can touch it, okay? You don't want to burn yourself. Now is what you're going to find inside is charred wood, okay? Very light and fluffy. Now, You might have to do this multiple times in order to get enough of this wood. This is a slow process, okay? There's nothing quick about doing this. Another way that you can do this is when you get your fire going really good, like mine is in the background right now. You can't see it, but go ahead and bury it at that point, and or basically what you're doing is the same thing as putting in this tin. You're just smothering out, depriving it of oxygen. Let that wood sit for a couple days. Come back and you'll find a fair share amount of this. Now the next thing that I'm going to do with all of that is I'm going to break it up into smaller pieces for the filtering process. So let me break it up and I will get right back with you.